So a lot of people think that the only way to cash flow with their money is to buy real estate, start a side hustle, start a business, when in actuality, there's a much better strategy that you can take advantage of in the stock market that doesn't require you to actually end up having to even buy shares to pull it off. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. And if you drop a comment down below on today's video, I'm going to give you the full beginner's guide to selling options, no strings attached whatsoever. Just drop a comment down below on today's video and it's yours. And while you're down there, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day. So let me minimize myself here, guys. And we're going to talk about this strategy that if I had about $7,000 to deploy, how I would actually end up playing it. Again, I discovered this strategy about 5 to 7 years ago, and it completely shifted my mindset. I first came across this strategy reading a book from Warren Buffett, where in 1993 or something, he said he would maybe buy Coca-Cola for X amount of per share, even though Coke never dropped down to the price he said he would buy it for. He collected close to $8 million of premium, and that totally shifted my mindset on how I look at the market, how to invest in the markets, and I have just been hooked on this strategy ever since, and I think you're going to enjoy it yourself. So the first thing we need, if we have roughly a $7,000 account that we're wanting to test this strategy out with, is a few stocks. Now, obviously, you know, one of my favorite stocks that I've been trading for the past year has obviously been SoFi. A lot of you know I absolutely love SoFi. So let's go show you guys what is possible with SoFi, and then I'm going to give you guys a couple, you know, quote unquote safer stocks that I personally like to do this strategy on. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor though. You got to go do your own research on these companies. Just because somebody on YouTube likes a strategy or a stock doesn't mean that you should. Always do fundamental analysis. But let me show you what this kind of strategy looks like. So obviously, we're just using Robinhood here for our educational example, guys. Go use whatever brokerage you want. I like to primarily use Fidelity, but I know a lot of you really like to use Robinhood, so I do show that a lot here on the channel. So I'm going to go to the trade options section. Obviously, you need to, whatever brokerage you're using, you're going to need to go get approved for options trading first. It's a quick little application. I'll ask you a few questions, so go ahead and answer those, and you'll be approved within a matter of a couple days. And Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm very excited for this holiday. But with that said, what we're doing on the options chain here is we're going to click sell a put. Okay, we're selling a put, and then we are going to go out to a certain expiration date. What expiration date? What is an expiration date? This basically means we're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi when we sell a put on a specific date. If you're a beginner, I recommend going 30 days out. If you're more advanced, weeklies are usually the way to go, as you're going to see. But we'll go out about 32 days here, and let me go ahead and move myself over a little bit so you see a little bit more of this this information that I want to share with you guys. So right here, obviously at the time we're recording this, SoFi is trading at $27. Now, obviously, we don't want to buy it for $27. We want to buy it for less than $27 in 30 days, right? So we could choose 26, 25, 24, 23. So let's just open up these 25s right here. Now, just to show you what the possibilities of this are, is you could see if I did this one contract here, I would collect $75 of premium. This premium is coming from an options buyer. This options buyer is giving us this premium, this cash, this income for taking on this risk of maybe having to buy SoFi at $25 at close. More on that in just a minute. What we got to do next is toss this into our cash secured put calculator. All my calculators are free. Just attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop down below, and you'll get all my calculators for free. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing this, you do have to end up locking up some collateral, guys. Okay, that's one of the risks of this strategy is that, you know, when you've probably tried buying options or day trading, right? Like you're risking little amounts of money, but that money, where do you think it's going? That's going to the option sellers, right? So we're more the slow and steady wins the race type. Okay, we're not day traders, we're not active traders, even though sometimes it feels like it in this market environment, which makes it kind of fun. But we have to lock up $2,500. And the reason for that is because, right, 25 times 100 is $2,500, right? We're going to lock up that $2,500, right, for a single contract. One contract is 100 shares. Those are the rules, okay? I don't make them, right? So we're locking up $2,500, and we're collecting about a 3% return. The way that's being calculated is 75 divided by 2,500. Now, if you want to do multiple contracts, you can, right? So if you have like a smaller account, let's just say you do like 3 contracts right here. Let's do 3 contracts. That gives us just over our budget a little bit by 500. Go ask your mom for $500. $7,500 would be locked up, and we collect $225. Now we would be locking up our money for 32 days about. but we'd collect about a 3% return on our collateral in a single month's time. Is that good? Is that bad? You got to weigh those risks for yourself. This is obviously a higher risk play. Anything that's over that 2.5 towards that 3% return in a month, yes, you're typically going to be a little bit more of a higher risk play. What is that risk? Well, number one, what can happen in a situation like this? Well, let's say at the 23rd at close, SoFi is trading, above $25. Okay, fantastic, right? It's trading maybe 27, 29, 26. Well, that's obviously not at 25, so you're not having to buy those shares, right? Now, if it's trading below $25, right? Yes, you will have to buy your shares at $25, right? That's the big risk. So let's say on the 23rd at close, right? SoFi is trading at 24, 23, 20. You are on the hook to buy your shares at $25. So you have to know that is a risk, that is a possibility that you're going to get assigned a stock below what its current market value is, right? So you have to, or above what its current market value is. That's the biggest risk of this strategy. So how do we combat this kind of thing? Well, number one, we always want to make sure we're doing this on quality names that we believe in. For me, I like SoFi. I love SoFi. So that's why I personally love running this strategy on it. So even if I get assigned, I believe it will recover and hit all-time highs again. That's my personal belief. Now, a quick gauge that you can actually see your probability of getting assigned is looking at this delta Greek, right? So this delta is a 0.26. Basically, that means this is a 26% chance that we are going to get assigned, okay? So the closer up we go, right, like to the money, let's say the 26s, you could see this one's a 34% chance of us getting assigned. If we play right at the money, 27s, there's a 44% chance of us getting assigned, right? And the further down you go, right, if you do the 24s, right, it's a 19% chance, right? Or the way I like to look at it, 80% chance of not getting assigned, right, and walking over just the premium. But obviously, the lower the strike price goes, the further away from the money you go. When I say at the money, that's right where the current share price is, the lower your premium is, right? So for the 25s, I'm only collecting $75. For the 24s, I'm collecting only $51, and so on and so on. So you kind of have to weigh those risks for yourself. But when I'm looking at this, I want a balance, right? I want a balance of good premium as well as a good share price, right? Because when I sell this thing, I always assume I'm going to get assigned, right? And if you don't, you may want to reconsider your strategy because a lot of people get burned doing this strategy because they end up going to junk stocks that pay insane amounts of premium, which I'll show you. And those you're taking on a massive amount of risk. The way I look at risk is what is my return on collateral. That's how I gauge my risk. If I'm getting paid 4% a month, 3% a month, I'm assuming that is a higher risk play. That is a higher risk play. So for example, with the 24s, right? This is a 19 delta. I'm collecting about $51 of premium on this play. So let's go toss this into the cash secured put calculator. So 51. My collateral here is a little bit less, so $2,400, and I'm getting a 2% return on my money here, right? Now, right here, obviously, I'm locking up less collateral of our budget of around $7,000, right? But I'm collecting about $153 here, okay? Now, some of you might be thinking, Pete, only $153 on $7,000? Yeah, welcome to real world, actual investing, right? All of these strategies, guys, that you see of day traders and all this nonsense that's out there, those strategies are designed to take money away from you. Look at the statistics on day trading. Their odds are very, very, I think, what is it, like 1% of day traders even make more than like a McDonald's salary? Like, I'm just giving you the facts, and I'm not here to coddle you. And I'm not going to coddle myself, right? When I first got started, I would do dumb stuff. Like I would pay people, it was even before Discord, like I'd pay people for like signals and all this nonsense. And then I realized over the past really 5 years, like how stupid that is, right? Like that's not how money works, okay? This strategy, in my opinion, is the best investing strategy and trading strategy, even though I don't consider myself a day trader, because I set the terms. I focus on good quality companies, good quality names. I sell puts on them. If I get assigned, okay, I dollar cost average down. And then what we can actually do is sell calls, right? So the flip side of this, right, is if you own 100 shares of a stock, let's say, and we'll just pretend you own 100 shares of SoFi at $27, right? What we could do is, instead of selling a call, is we could sell a put, right? Now, selling a put, what we're saying now is we're willing to sell our 100 shares at a price and date that we choose. So we'll keep the date the same here. And you can see, let's say we own 100 shares of SoFi at $27.65. Let's just say that's our cost basis. Well, if we opened, if we did a covered call, we could do, let's say, a 30. Like, let's say 30, we would be comfortable selling our 100 shares if it hits $30, right? Well, guess what? We'd collect about $72 of premium. And you guessed it. I have a calculator for that. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Obviously, all these calculators are free at the end of the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. Get yourself signed up and watch it. 90 minutes of pure value, especially if you're a beginner wanting to learn this strategy and implement this strategy for yourself. So our strike of the option we said is 30, right? We said our average cost basis of our shares is roughly around the money. We'll just say $27 for simple math, right? Now, right, we're getting a 2.6% return on our collateral. So how is this number calculated? Well, I'm taking that $72 of premium that I collected from the options buyer, and I'm dividing it by 2,700. Remember, one options contract equals 100 shares, so 27 times 100 is $2,700, right? Now, obviously, if you have more shares, you have to rework that math for yourself, right? But we get about a 2.67% return on our money. If we end up selling our shares for $30, we're going to capture an additional $300 of profit on our shares, right? That's that premium, for a total profit of $372 or around 14%. Let's talk about the risk. Obviously, none of this stuff is financial advice. Results 100% vary. These are only the premiums I'm seeing at the time of recording this video. But here are the risks of the covered call, right? First and foremost, let's say on the 23rd at close, SoFi is trading below $30. If it's trading below $30, obviously you're not selling your shares. Your shares are now returned back to you to then collect a rent check for the following week or the following month, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? Perfect. We essentially are putting our asset to work, right? In a strategic way, right? Instead of our shares just sitting there like people who buy and hold, right? We can put our shares to work. Now, asterisk, I do buy and hold. I do believe everybody should have a buy and hold portfolio, like Vanguard stuff, safe, 401k stuff, yada, yada. But any extra cash you have that you want to be invested in markets, this is a way better strategy than like day trading and drawing on candlesticks or doing zero DTE options, in my opinion. Okay. But with that said, that's obviously a great scenario, right? It doesn't hit 30. We don't have to sell our shares. We could do, run the play again for the following month and collect more premium. This kind of lowers our cost basis. You can essentially lower your cost basis to zero if you factor in. Now, it would take a long time, but think about it. If you're collecting $72 a month, right, you could essentially lower your cost basis that on your 100 shares that you bought for $2,700 if you keep factoring that $70 of premium into it, right? That's kind of cool, right? But here's the biggest risk of this strategy. Is let's say on the 23rd, SoFi had some great news come out. It's rallying hard and it shoots up to $35. Well, you're missing out on any further upside. You have defined your trade right here. This is your max profit potential on this trade, okay? Your max profit potential. Now, there are advanced strategies, okay, where you could roll your positions out. You can buy to close your position. Most of my positions that I do, especially on SoFi, is I close them out once I've captured about 50% of that premium. Usually I'll do that if in the first week I'm able to capture 50% of that premium, I will give a little bit of that premium back to be able to close my position. Now, why would I do that to close my position out? Well, because that frees up my $7,000 to go run the play on a different opportunity. Now, a lot of people in our community, in our world, they let everything go to expiration because they're busy people, right? They got things going on with their lives. They got family, whatever. They got other things to be doing. Nothing wrong with letting everything go to expiration. But there's also a lot of people in our community that take it a little bit more seriously, where we can essentially get in and out of these trades sometimes, if the market allows us to, within a day or two sometimes. With this market, with SoFi the way it's been, I did some puts on SoFi last week on the 16th, all right, and I closed them out at 60% premium captured literally on the 18th. Like, it was crazy. And trust me, listen, I'm no day trader, but that's insane, right? Because now I free up my collateral, right? And I can jump into another opportunity because we see how quickly this kind of market can swing. But if you want to learn more about all of that, attend the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. It's 90 minutes long. I'm going to give you all the details you need about it. And you can actually walk away with my full trade log template here for yourself to use, as well as my 2 premium calculators that I quite literally cannot live without, plus a bunch of other fun bonuses and training to help you get set up with your option selling journey. Click that first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.